this is really interesting. Even the music video, like where she's kind of like in this container, like it's not like a cage, but there's something untouchable about her, it seems. I think the imagery is already really beautiful. I'm curious how it's all going to tie together. Let's go back like a couple seconds here. This song is really interesting. Let's just take it from the title, Obsession. It seems like this individual is obsessed with this woman in the bathtub. Let's take it one step further and imagine that it's some sort of toxic relationship. I'm getting this sense because it's like, I'll surrender and crawl even if it breaks me. Just say that you will never leave me. And then the one that really feels most potent to me here is your beauty feels like suffering. That is a huge clue to me that we're in some sort of toxic cycle, because why would you be in a relationship with someone when their beauty feels like suffering? And the answer is that their beauty makes you feel like you are only more aware of your own lack. You are only more aware of you're not good enoughness, your inherent unworthiness. Obviously, that's not true. But it is trauma, like the belief that we are unworthy, that gets us into relationships where we are obsessed, where there is a toxic cycle, where that dichotomy of like that goodness exists against that so much pain, beauty, and suffering. The juxtaposition of that. Your aggression, bad, feels heavenly, good. That is the roller coaster of a toxic relationship.
In my head, your devotion makes your bullets feel so real. You won't pierce my shame. Let's make a deal now. You won't make me. So I keep you dragged to yourself alive. I know this doesn't respond. Got me compulsive and petrified. Contact, pop it up. You wanna know, think I was saying.
We just cannot put it aside. This is a lot.
Whoa. Okay. Whoa. This is perfect for what I'm thinking. I don't know that this is what the song is actually about, but the fact that it switches and it's actually him in the cage or in the pool is perfect, because that is the truth about why we get in toxic relationships. We think that if we have this other person that we put on a pedestal, that we think is so beautiful, that we think is so good, that we think is so wonderful, that it will heal us. And in that way, it was never really about them at all. It was about our wounding. So let me give you an example. I had a client who was in a relationship and she thought that this person was like way out of her league, so handsome, so much more going for him than she did. She put him on this pedestal. And he did not treat her well a lot of the time. He would, say things to kind of tear her down. He would be aggressive with her at times. And then other times he would be like very sweet. Why would she be in this relationship? One of her biggest wounds in her life was that she was like not good enough, not beautiful enough, not attractive enough. And so having this person, she thought that would validate this wounding in her. Like, if I have this person, then it must prove that I am good enough. And so when we're on that roller coaster, when they are treating us wrong, when they're saying, you're not good enough, that actually doesn't feel that bad to us because it's validating what we already believe about ourselves. Although they are beautiful and we want them because they're beautiful, that also feels like pain because it reminds us that we don't see ourselves that way, and their beauty is only a reminder of our lack. So it actually doesn't give us what we think it will. And in this song, him ending back up in the pool points to the fact that it was never actually about this other person anyway. It was actually about our own trauma. And what happens when we are in a relationship where we are obsessed is we live in this place of a constant juxtaposition between like deep, deep pain and beauty, because the pain is our trauma, and that's at one end of the spectrum, right? And in order to keep us in that place, the other end of the spectrum has to be just as great. I know this double exposure got me composed in a petty fit. Vertigo, I'll stay obsessed. That idea of like feeling like constantly pulled, like you can't get your bearings because it's so bad or it's so good, and you're obsessed, but you're not actually obsessed with the person. What you're actually obsessed with is trying to heal this wound inside of you, and you believe that this person, for whatever reason, maybe it's because they're beautiful in a way that you don't see yourself as beautiful, maybe it's because they're successful in a way that you don't see yourself as successful, maybe there's something about them that feels unattainable or just so good, so if you have them, then it must mean that there's something good about you. You're not actually obsessed with them, and you can't actually be in a relationship with them. What you are obsessed with and what you are in relationship with is trying to heal your own pain. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. This is so good. Wow. I actually really like that he ends up alone in this bathroom because it speaks to this point that your obsession actually isn't with the other person. And so when the relationship ends, for example, with this client I was giving you an example for, the relationship ended and it felt terrible. It felt horrible, but it also gave her the opportunity to become obsessed with her own healing instead of being obsessed with this person, which is exactly what you're really trying to do anyway when you're obsessed with a person, is you're trying to use this person as a vehicle for your healing. And even though it seems like a good idea, it can never work because you can't heal something in here, out here, between two people. You have to be obsessed with this own healing. And so you can actually use this chorus, rewrite it a little bit to be about that. A portrait of a lady on fire in my head. I'll surrender and crawl even if it breaks me. Just say that you will never leave. You can sing that to yourself. I will fight this fight. I will become obsessed with my own healing. Even when it gets hard. Even if it breaks me down. I will never leave you. I will never leave myself. Like, you get to become obsessed with your own healing. And so when you listen to this song, you can use it to inspire you into a new obsession. Instead of being obsessed with someone else, putting them on a pedestal, suffering through the pain of a toxic relationship, which happens when obsession is at the forefront because you can't actually be in relationship with someone you are that obsessed with because you can't actually see them clearly. You are only able to see them in terms of what they are able to do for you, which you believe is help you heal that wound. So in that way, you're going past them. You're not seeing who they are because you can't, because you're just trying to get something from them. And that's not fair to you, and it's not fair to them either. And it also doesn't work. So you get to switch your obsession. You get to be obsessed with healing these wounds within yourself. And once you do, the next relationship that you enter, it will look a lot different. It won't be this toxic. Oh, Thornhill, I love you. I actually just ordered a bunch of Thornhill merch, and I wish that it would have been here so I could have worn it to show it all off to you guys. They have an eyelash curler. I got an eyelash curler. Like this cool, whatever. Okay, I love Thornhill. I just saw them there with some of my faves, Silent Planet, and they were absolutely amazing. So if you feel like you are in a relationship where you are trying to use someone else to heal your own wounding, please share in the comments below, and we will encourage you and inspire you to become obsessed with your own healing. And if you like listening to metal music to shift your mindset, hit subscribe. That's what we do all day long. We just did the entire Slipknot discography, which is a little heavier, but we had Jake Lurs from August Burns Red, the founder of our nonprofit, on to talk about Kill Pop. So check that out. And if you like Thornhill, I know that you'll love Silent Planet. So check out our reaction to Antimatter. We'll see you soon.